times.
You are a piece of
Yeah, you could be that. That's fine.
Period.
You can say that, but don't say the other one. We
I
okay
can actually
with that.
say whatever the I want to because I'm a grown-ass woman.
Yeah, you
Amen.
can. You know what I'm saying? Deal with what you got to deal with. I
Detroit
don't. Ain't nothing I do. I live my life free. You know?
A $12 Chipotle bowl is too much. You niggas is different.
It's like 23 now.
You again. It's
I'm about to host a class.
I like
I'm about to host a class to teach you just to stay away from these type of niggas.
They can't do it. They can't do it.
Oh man, we got good old Randy. We got a heated discussion today about booty calls and them stepping out of line. But I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, baby.
You saying you done had intellectual conversations, an hour and a half. You might have led her to believe this is a decent guy. And decent men.
He's a decent guy.
Decent men ain't giving you dick and not giving you a bite
How they're
after.
not?
Why
What
not?
I'm saying is,
What if you just want that?
I just want to clarify.
Yes, please go ahead.
So the point that we're saying is that there's two different types of women that get two different types of treatment, right? When I said I haven't gone on a date with a girl before having sex, that wasn't the booty call. The booty calls never get a date.
Ever.
But the girl that I
Ever.
might be interested in, I'm gonna invest time in talking to her to learning how her mind is, and just that conversation alone would develop some type of. We already attracted to each other. Now it's gonna develop comfort. It's gonna develop some type of understanding, and then at that point we're gonna meet. And when we meet, we're gonna have sex. After we have sex, then we go on dates. So there's two different situations.
But I don't understand.
Do you possibly
I
not
disagree.
care about that girl? You said, of course not.
Right.
No.
booty
You
call
just asked me if I had
You
feelings
develop-
for her.
After talking to her for weeks, morning.
No, feelings and courtesy is different.
Courtesy.
I'm courteous.
That's a really great point.
But I'm not. Feelings
That's a
is-
really great point.
Yep.
That's a really great
But
point. I
if
need,
you-
I
but
need
I
so
think you
much
can-
emphasis on that. I need so much emphasis on that. He says there's a big difference between feelings and courtesy. Ladies, you guys need to stop confusing their courtesy with their feelings. They're just being polite.
That's true.
They have to stop
Come
confusing
on.
their
No,
courtesy.
we have to because they
But
can't be
have
trusted.
They have to. No,
they cannot be trusted.
Obviously, but
they
we
cannot
can't.
be
You
trusted.
can't say you texting a girl good
bitches
morning.
need to be
good morning, my
courteous.
beautiful love goddess.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
think
a
you're
good one.
gorgeous.
You bitches
and
need
you're
to be
beautiful. And he
courteous
said
right back.
That is a
That's
good one.
I like that one.
That's not courteous. Being courteous is hey, you. I might have had a flat tire at lunch and you can't.
See, Randy's always got a problem with something that's explained by a man, man. It's crazy, man. Her husband has to be the fact of the matter is that a lot of y'all fall for these for the bullshit, the words, the game, because it's a guy that you actually want. That's the truth. Because in the larger scheme of things, women have a hard time being a booty call for long periods of time, man. They really do. They always want to be something more. So they want you to care about them. They want you to come fix a flat tire. Like, nigga, no, you're just a booty call, man. Like, what?
But you texting me and making me believe that you are feeling me in a way emotionally that I am feeling you. I'm I'm sorry. If
They're
you don't
not to be
agree with
trusted.
it.
I don't believe in
They're
those.
not
No
to
one
be
is.
I will say
trusted.
this. I will say this. I
They're not
think
to be
that if
trusted.
one thing I have learned is not even just if he said it. If he hasn't said it, that's also something that you have to pay attention to because you can't form your own generalization about what their feelings are. If they have not verbalized
That's
it,
the truth.
then don't.
And
Oh,
even
I
when they
feel
do
like he
verbalize it, do not believe them.
And that's weird. But we always got to understand that.
You notice how whenever like a woman explains something, like literally, Randy has nothing to say at all. Like she just sits there, just as soon as it's a guy, she's always triggered. The fact of the matter is that a lot of the times y'all get tricked by these guys, and you're not even getting tricked. You're allowing yourself to be tricked because you're seeing a life with this guy that he never promised you in the first place. So you're letting that, oh, good morning, my beautiful goddess, whatever. You're letting that get to you because you see a future with him. That's why. And when that future doesn't happen, you get mad. And then you try to say, oh, he finagled me. He did this. No. Because there's plenty of other dudes that are saying it to you that you are not paying any attention to. Let's be for real here, man.
Congruent.
But we always got to remember that some women just want to have a good time too. So
That's true, too.
you can't
That's
just
true.
knock those
Yeah, that's
off the,
true.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
there is women that just want to have a
But
good
that
time
goes
with a guy
back
they're
to the
attracted
statement
to.
you said earlier, because what she made the point about having a clear communication about what
Right.
y'all doing, you was like, nah,
I
we
mean,
ain't gotta do all of
that's
that.
unnecessary though.
But
It is
what
unnecessary.
you just
Obviously
said
it's
is
not.
necessary
Right.
because in order for me and you to understand that we just and I don't expect nothing else, you don't expect nothing else, you got good dick, my hit, my head hit, you slobbing, you know, then that's the understanding. But that understanding isn't accomplished without a conversation. So what I'm saying is, if I'm with I don't give a we talking or we were just a booty call, I'm gonna make sure it's clear and known
Right.
that I expect to be treated a certain way.
Right.
If that treatment is not on your list or what you gonna get with, then you can
You should go your
kindly
separate ways.
Yeah,
Exactly.
There's times when girls come at that like, okay, what are we gonna be serious? And you would tell them like, no, I ain't on that. I'm just living life, having fun. You would tell
And
them.
I
You know
think
what I'm
that's a
saying?
big mistake for a woman to even ask a man.
Agreed.
Because and they're gonna do it regardless. But I think that when a man feels away,
he shows
his
it.
actions are going to show. You're not even
That's
gonna
true.
have to ask him, and text good morning every day and good night baby are not it.
It's not it.
That's not it, because I'm gonna tell you that I know for a fact that they will text multiple women the same messages.
Yeah, look, group
You're not
text.
special.
That's
Men think
true.
about sex so
how
many
you do it.
times throughout the day. Every time he messages you is because the thought of sex is passing his mind. It's not because you're special. You need actions.
Ouch.
You need actions to show
And
you
I like
he's
this. I
feeling.
like that she said that. A lot of women get that type of attention and they take that shit straight to the head and they feel like they're so special. But I'm telling you right now, I got friends that are 300 pounds that are getting those same messages that the little 150 pound bitches are getting. Straight up, man. Y'all are not special, man. And what it is that it hurts a lot of y'all's feelings, a lot of women's feelings, because they feel like they are special. They've been told their whole lives are special. But it's just not what it is. I'm sorry, baby girl. You're just really just hurting your own feelings at this point, man.
You need actions to show you what he's feeling. And then you need consistency with those actions. Women, you
100%.
have to stop having sex with these men and you have to stop believing them. You have to, else we can't feel sorry for them no more.
Nah,
you can't.
Some
And-
women
and
just
to
deserve
your- You
shouldn't be
that.
feeling
There's
sorry
some
for them in
women
the
that
first
do,
place.
and some don't. You know what I mean?
I say
Every
this
woman
to
don't
your
deserve all the.
point. It's also, like you said, actions have to be congruent with the words or whatever that, like, so I 1,000%, my grandfather always said, never believe what a man says, only what he does. But what I will
is still
say
a
is
lie.
she's right about
He was
it.
lying. He was running
He's
game
still
on you.
alive.
Hold on.
They'll do the most
Let me
just for
finish my
nothing.
That
statement.
nigga was running game too.
Let me
Shout out to
finish
him.
my statement. Let me finish my statement.
Lock him up, huh? You
Because
ready?
at the end of the day, something Ross said that's kind of going over the heads that I want to surface to the top is that there's a consistency. At the end of the day, a liar always reveals that they're a liar if you sit around and watch long enough. So at the end of the day, you eventually putting up this act is going to get a little tiring for you, for someone who's just a
Yeah.
But I will say I agree with that. Like, if I'm being honest, that same night that I referenced, we had sex, whatever the case is, I mentioned casually in a conversation that my hip was hurting because I'm curvy. And if I don't sleep and turn my position or have like a pillow between my legs, I wake up a little bit sometimes feeling it. And that day I was laying down, and before he left to go to work, he slid a pillow between my legs because I fell asleep without one.
Oh, my
Right
God.
now, it might not seem that significant.
It is.
But at the end of the day,
No,
that was
it's
a small
not.
detail.
It is.
Such a goat.
That could have been
Right.
game too.
Yo,
We
that's
coulda-
game by
We're
itself.
still
God,
there.
that's what I'm
Rico,
about.
Rico,
Rico,
years, 2
man.
years later, it's not game.
Okay,
It's
y'all,
not
you got lucky. You
Now,
got-
Come on, man. That's clearly game, man. That's why y'all be getting tricked, man. Because dudes would do shit like that, man. That's not, you're not special. They'll do it with other women too, man. Dang. But when you do little shit like that, like they really start to believe that they are you might actually, I think he might actually like me. I think I might actually be the one to change this guy. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop falling for the bullshit, man. See, and then what else she say? We're going to stop feeling sorry. You shouldn't have been feeling sorry for them in the first fucking place, man. Because you already know what type of shit they on, man. You already know. And the fact of the matter is that women cannot just be fuck buddies. They can't before they start wanting something serious. I'm telling you. I know this shit from experience, man.
no, I didn't get lucky. I'm
Ah, he got lucky.
organic. See, y'all
Slide the
be
pill. I done
standing
did all
there
type of
listening
shit
to
like that before,
respond.
too.
For real.
Y'all so quick to listen
Yeah,
to
'cause you're a
respond.
freaking predator.
I want you to
Yeah, top
understand
level.
the key word.
Hold
Y'all,
on,
be,
now.
y'all
That's one
missed
of my
this.
favorite
Hold on
movies.
now.
Hold on, organic, because y'all missed the key words is
She
consistency.
bogus.
So my thing is, just because he did one action doesn't mean that I'm swallowing up everything. But if you are consistently demonstrating certain actions that are a direct evidence of your care for me, then that is when we have a track
I'm
record.
sorry, I gotta address that little sly comment she made. Calling someone as a predator is like really like a step too far, especially in today's world, man. You really can't be doing that shit. Just because he plays the game and plays the game well does not make him a fucking predator, man. Like the fact of the matter is that Randy like hates when she can't like win something and hates when she can't like almost like trigger you. You know what I mean? So she's gonna try to say something to poke at you. Oh, you're a predator. You're a predator. He's a predator because he gets your black counterparts and other women to sleep with him. So he's a predator because of that. You're just an angry, bitter, spiteful woman. Like I said, I could just tell that your husband is probably a simp. He probably doesn't give you much pushback at all, man.
Communicating in this conversational piece is what I'm understanding is to actually list what's the reasons. right? Not communicating, saying, "Hey, this is not going to work out for me," or whatever the case. It's just listening what's going on.
I would. The second one is absolutely fine too.
Okay,
Right.
well, yeah, he might.
But sometimes
he
when
might say
we
that
hear
too.
about these ghosting stories with people dating and then suddenly, no one's talking to each other anymore and people just left out hanging whatever. Like, what's so hard about just saying, hey, you know what, this really ain't my cup of tea no more. I'm
really
gonna go
don't
this way.
care.
with
It's
it.
like that's too much effort to list all these,
It was,
different problems.
but it wasn't too much effort to be
Exactly.
texting me
Yeah,
every
that's
day. It
easy.
wasn't
That's
too
so
much
what?
effort to be
Contradiction in the
fucking
Yeah, I don't
me.
care
It
that
wasn't
much.
too much
Yeah,
effort
that's
to be
simple.
dating.
That's
Cash, I want to
simple
ask you a
stuff.
question.
Yeah, we just don't
What
care.
do you
That's
take
weird.
from the
That's not weird.
They just don't care.
That's what it
right?
boils down
What do
to.
you take from that? What is
When I-
that?
when
What
I-
did
when
I say last week's episode?
That they ain't shit.
that what?
That they ain't shit. You said
That
they ain't
what?
shit. No, it is
That
true.
what?
That she said they ain't shit, but you know.
So what we need to understand
Choose wisely,
is that you
ladies.
need
Choose
to come
wisely.
together
Use your
and you need
discernment.
to let that
Run from
set
this
in.
nigga.
Run to
Even when
me,
you're
get blessed.
madly in love,
Brandy's hatred for that guy that she can't control is just oozing out of her. She hates it. She hates it so much. Hey, props to Mr. Organic for standing down 10 toes because any other, a lot of other dudes would have fucking folded and been like, you know what, I'm gonna just say what it sounds too good. Nah, he's standing all 10 toes and he let you know. This what it is, man. Call me whatever you want to call me, but this what the hell it is, man. Randy is just sitting up here upset, triggered. That's why they keep zooming in on her. Pay attention to their face when they keep zooming in on her, man. It's crazy. After we're done fucking with you, you're no longer owed an explanation for anything. If we don't want to fuck with you, we can't ghost you. That's what it is. And what's funny about it is that women ghost men the most. Women are the ones that are ghosting men all the time. Yeah, y'all don't have an issue with it. Y'all have an issue when a man ghosts a woman. And that's what's crazy to me, man. That's what's really crazy to me. Y'all want to be able to have full autonomy over who runs shit, like down to where who's like you want to have the power to be able to ghost a man, but for him not to be able to have the power to ghost you. Like, nah, man. If we done, and ain't nothing else to talk about. Nothing else to talk about, man. I don't need to explain anything to you. This all comes back down to you caring. You want me to care more than what the fuck I care. Like, it's not gonna happen, man. Let's go, guys. I'm sorry.
and when you are looking at this person saying they're this and they're that and they've been great, just know that the core of them is that they ain't.
You know what's so funny about that, Rob?
Okay,
My man
just
will say
know.
that.
Okay.
He that
He
Josh
will-
shot
he will-
yourself in the
Hold
foot.
on
Yeah.
now,
About
Rico.
picking a guy that's
Hold
not,
on now,
you know what I'm
Rico.
saying,
Now
that you
blame
shouldn't be
him.
fucking
Should we
with.
all sing
Why,
a song so
why
we
is he
can
not?
respect the mic?
But why is I'm so
Because
sorry.
he just
Yes.
said
Okay,
he
I'm
can
gonna call
apply
you on it,
the
my
effort.
girl. I love you, but
He
you
can
know,
apply
she
the
asked me a
effort to bamboozle her, but he can't apply the effort to have a conversation with her, to be on the same page, to have an understanding.
Yeah.
Which
You
takes
don't owe her
far
shit.
less effort than the latter because this is crazy. Y'all got to stop acting like y'all don't know that too.
I ain't
So
had
when
no
a
problem
when a
with
girl has a little bit of a crash out on your and then you dealing with all that stuff later, then you quick to be like she was 7:30 and da da da.
Most time you already know
But
that though. You signed up for that.
Sometimes you do, but people have real strong
Well,
representatives.
You could tell. You could tell.
But a little bit, because everybody got a little crazy and y'all like it. But to Rod's point, I'll tell you the truth. My man has directly said that he calls himself a villain. He calls himself an asshole, and he chooses not to be that way with me. So you're 100% right about that because at his core, a lot of that you don't give a about is evident. So it is a choice. It is a choice.
So now I'm glad that we're having a coming to Jesus moment.
I still gonna come at you
The
though.
root cause of this. You just told me that your man today is a said villain or was a said villain, and he's choosing consistently, daily, not to be that with you, which means it's you that is providing reason for him not to be
Correct.
what he is.
Yeah. Correct.
So what I'm saying is when a man does that and he pulls that plug, it's because that woman has demonstrated that something that is no longer valuable to him or something that he does not like or align with.
I don't
Pretty
disagree with you,
simple.
Rico. I think the problem that I'm having with the conversation is y'all started going into a man showing his love and his commitment and his consistent, all these
said-
things,
we
right?
didn't say showing
Hold on,
love.
hold on,
Man, show him
hold
love
on,
now.
hold on, hold on.
Consistency.
Feelings. Let's use the word feelings
I said
because that's what we spoke
courtesy.
about.
I said
Let me
courtesy.
say this. You said courtesy versus
Yes.
feelings, but my point is, if we're going back to the original topic that started all of this, that spun out of control, because my ADHD was working real good just a little while ago. I made a statement to Organic that you responded to that took us down this rabbit hole. And when he was speaking, he directly said he don't think communication is necessary in a booty call because she had said, why can't we just have some clarity about it, right? And understand what we're doing. He said that's not necessary. I said, absolutely. Even if it's a booty call, we should at least understand what we're expecting about this encounter or not. You jumped in, right? And that's when you started getting into the relationship dynamics of the conversation. That's never where we were.
Actually,
but,
that's
I
not
like people like you. You bring that whole conversation back. Like, no, actually, what you said was.
No, the problem is none of that actually happened in sequential order,
Oh.
and we have the tapes to prove it. So I will say, as a good friend of Cash, let's not go with that narrative because it's completely incorrect.
Thank you,
If you
Rico.
like, I could break down the sequential order.
Break it
of how
down
we
for
even
it,
got
brother.
here.
well, let
What
me.
was all that hot shit you was just talking at, Randy? What was all that hot shit she was talking? This is what I'm saying, man. Randy has a real hatred for men. She really does. She does not like to, as much as she sit up there and say, "Oh, I go on both sides." No, you don't. I've watched many of your videos. You do not go on both sides. You have a hatred towards men. That's what it really is. That's what it boils down to, man. When you thought the host of that show was talking her shit, you was quick to wave your little finger and say, "I like people like you," because you like to wave down and say, "Actually, this nigga." And then when he came back and said, "Actually, that's not what happened. We have tapes to prove that." You sitting there. You ain't had nothing to say. Come on, man. Let's be for real, man.
Let's continue here, right? Because we can do that. And again, we all friends. Just on the contrary, y'all.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
we
They're
here to
gonna be like, that's
contradict,
actually not
right?
how it happened. But go ahead.
No, because
back in my head
y'all
right
were
now.
a little bit the tensions were high. Y'all was broing and y'all was bro, right? So y'all
We never even
got
shook each other's hands.
Y'all
Wait,
got
wait,
right.
no high fives?
Y'all
Y'all
didn't
damn near
necessarily
did.
high five, but because
That
she's
was
in the
the
middle.
end.
But yeah.
So what?
That was the
So
end.
what?
At that point when y'all did it,
Projecting
Randy said, "I
things.
need a new seat." Right? Did you hear what she said? That and the
didn't
mic
hear
can
that.
run it back in
I
case
didn't
y'all
hear it.
need
I
to.
didn't
It's
hear it.
I definitely
recorded,
said
my
that.
friend. So what I'm
You
saying to
listening
you
to
is,
her, not us?
no, I was
Good.
listening to everybody. See, that's
As
what
the
you gotta,
audience would
right?
do, too.
Exactly. You got to know how ADHD brain work. Meaning, I could process a lot of information at one time.
Or
So
mix
what
it
I'm
up.
saying is,
Hey,
while I was
Randy.
watching y'all have y'all bro moment,
You
I
better
heard
shut
her
up.
say, "I need a new seat" because of how hard y'all was going at.
Right,
it.
right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
She's gonna
All I'm
beat you
saying, Rico, you're not wrong
don't
about the
know her yet.
relationship
Relax.
aspect. But the original conversation was about booty calls. So
Yes.
we're still on a rabbit hole about what a man does when he's in love. This is a conversation about is we fuck it or not.
Yeah,
So,
that's where we at.
No, so all right, yes. So the conversation again to revisit for you and everybody else, we were going off of when I said I have not been on a date prior to having sex, and then I completely made sure we were all in understanding that there's two different types of scenarios for two different types of women that have two different types of trajectories from a man. Now, if you got lost in the context,
No,
I
I
can
didn't.
understand.
I didn't.
Now, a booty call does not actually do or have the same trajectory that we're talking about right now. So just so you can be clear on everything going forward, no, she doesn't deserve communication.
Doesn't.
The booty call does not deserve it. She comes here, she gets called to have sex, and then she goes home.
Yeah.
Okay, if that clears that up.
For clarity.
Not
for
even a
clarity.
peanut butter and jelly
because,
sandwich?
Because
No,
to
this
be
in the
honest
house.
with you, Rico, I wasn't lost at all. And I understand where you're saying the separation, but the original communication conversation is where we started. So now that we're back there, I'm happy we are. Because you don't feel that communication is necessary. Me even texting you to come over at 1 a.m. is a
Oh, my
communication. I
God.
don't know if we can all agree
Yeah,
that
but-
that's a
yeah.
form of
Oh, my God.
communication.
Bare minimum.
And yeah, bare minimum. That's
By
how
that standard, that means that I communicate with the mailman and the Amazon man and the UPS man almost every day. That's just ridiculous. That's just, come on, man. Y'all really reaching with that shit, y'all. And of course, who's the number one supporter? Randy. Like, come on, man. That's goofy.
you feel, right? This is a conversation for all of us to understand our viewpoints around booty calls. So I said, I think at minimum, a communication to understand. If I'm expecting a meal and you're not looking to offer one, let's know that up front so we don't have to waste each other's time.
I mean, if that conversation comes up, it could be easily, you know what I'm saying,
right.
communicated, but most time it doesn't. And most of these situations, like most of them are just quick and fast. It's not really more detailed to that. It's rarely that I've been in a booty call situation when a woman be like, okay, I'm trying to figure out where we are. It's already understood.
Oh, no,
it's
not
very
where we
rare.
are,
You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that it goes to that transition because they know the guy I am. I'm up front. Everybody see me on social media. I've been doing this shit for 8 years. So nothing about me is hitting.
So you won't feed
yeah,
your booty
I'm not the
call.
R word to nobody because they know who organic is. You know what I'm saying? It's out here in the world. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And that's how they're attracted to me, of my realness.
Listen, I'm sorry that me saying that, I view predators of all kinds in the same type of way was triggering to you.
Yeah, I don't
but
like that.
maybe you should sit with yourself and dissect what is it about what I said that triggered
It
you.
don't trigger
fuck
nothing.
outta
And
here.
maybe you
It's
could
all
be
the
a
guys
better
in the
person.
world. I don't want these
maybe
guys
you
walking
can be
around
a better
and feeling
person
like
tomorrow.
I'm a great
I
person.
want every guy that's walking around pretending to be somebody that
Hey,
they're
I don't
not,
know what happened
that's
to you in your
getting
life. If you had a
coochie.
sneaky uncle or something, did something
I
to you
didn't have
that
a
got
sneaky
nothing to do
uncle,
with me.
and what we're not going
You
to
know
do
what
is
I'm saying?
throw people's
I'm just
triggers
saying.
and molestations
Yeah.
into
Just
their
helping
face.
you understand that got nothing to do with me.
It's not that.
Ain't nothing to do
What
with me.
happens is, if you have to put on a representative
Yeah, you got to.
sleep with somebody,
You got to sometimes.
you are a piece of
Yeah, you could be that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Period.
You can say that, but don't say the other one. We
I
okay
can actually
with that.
say whatever the I want to because
Hey,
I'm a
hey,
grown ass
okay.
woman.
Hey, you
man.
can. You know what I'm saying? Deal
Okay.
with what you got to deal with. I don't.
Detroit
Ain't
is-
nothing-
Detroit
I
is-
do. I live my life free.
Randy,
You know
get
what
the
I'm saying?
fuck out of here, bro. Detroit in this bitch. I can say what the fuck I want. I'm a grown ass woman. You're a hurt little girl who's been probably finessed a few times by different men. That's what happened to you. And by that very standard, you're calling a bunch of women that you support, that you stand behind, predators. Because they do that shit all the time. They finagle a man right out of his fucking money. So what do you call those women, man? What do you call those women? The fact of the matter is, and I've said this before, is that women hate the men that have the power to do the things that they do, to have the same amount of options that they have. They hate when men have that very same power. They don't want you to have that power. They don't. And if you do, they'll shaming tactics at you. You're a predator. You're this. You're that. I'll say whatever the fuck I want to say. Yada, yada, yada. They try to do this character assassination bullshit. And it's really just some bullshit. That's what it is. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Randy's husband is probably some simp dude who doesn't have an opinion, who doesn't say shit about anything. Because there's no way that you're going to sit up here on show after show talking to men like this. This shows your disrespect for men, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have no respect for men at all. You don't. I'm going to say this once and one time only. And I really don't even need to say it. Just because you get coochie does not make you a predator. If you got to finagle your way to get some coochie, you got to spitz a game to get some coochie, that does not make you a predator. It just is what it is, man. Don't fall for the game. Y'all are so smart. Don't fall for the game, man. Dang.
You don't. I ain't nothing holding me
Who
back.
don't?
You don't.
What?
You know what I'm saying? You triggered because you fell for guys giving you some little finagle
Yeah.
and you got tricked. That's on your business. Step your
I'm
game
triggered.
up.
You're the ones who talking about it 30 minutes later, my guy. I didn't
It's
bring
a
it up.
conversation. It's a conversation.
I would also
so whatever
say-
happened to you, that's something you got to
I
do.
would
And I
also
don't.
say that y'all.
And I'm glad somebody's finally calling out about that shit, man. You got finagled by dudes in your past, and now you up here mad and angry and bitter at other guys that are able to do the other shit, same thing to other women. Whatever happened to you, and you constantly come up on these shows week after week, spreading your own trauma. For real, man. It's crazy.
You don't. I ain't nothing holding me
Who
back.
don't?
You don't.
What?
You know what I'm saying? You triggered because you fell for guys giving you some little finagle and you got tricked. That's on your business. Step your
I'm
Step
game
your
up.
triggered. You're
game
the
up.
ones who talking about it 30 minutes later, my guy. I didn't
It's
bring
a
it up.
conversation. It's a conversation.
Man.
I would also
So whatever happened to
say-
you, that's something you got to
I
do.
would
And I
also
don't.
say that how y'all handle booty calls
Knock it off,
are
man.
also not, to me, a reflection of how every man does.
That's a fact.
So I hear what y'all are saying.
Now
because
she's sitting up there
I've
smiling.
had
Top with it.
plenty of instances with guys who were repeated booty
Boom.
calls, and we had communication, we had understanding, and when the situation was no longer was going to work for both of us, we were clear about that, and we was able to sever ties, going about our ways, and enjoy the time that we each other.
So you had booty calls with decent human beings.
That's what I'm saying.
That sounds great.
Cash, my question
Man,
for
shut
you
the
is,
hell up, yo.
what's the difference between a booty call and a sneaky link? And did your situation with that man kind of have a blend of both, or was it strictly on one side of the
It was
thing?
strictly on one side because here's what you have to understand. There's an assumption that all women are having booty calls and they're going to catch feelings, but some women are at a place of knowing that they're emotionally unavailable, right? At that time, I was not looking for an
I'm going to tell you
emotional
right now,
attachment.
that's not an assumption. It's an actual reality. It happens. Yes, it does all the time. Especially if you're one of those dudes that are really good with women and shit, they're going to get attached to you. There's no way around that shit, man. Y'all will act like, the thing is that women want to act like they can be men. I want to act like I don't have feelings. I want to act like I can have one night stands and be a booty call and not catch feelings. But y'all are not wired that way. Not for long term. Not at all. Not at all. And that's okay, man. That's okay. Nobody's clowning y'all for this shit. It just is what it is. The fact of the matter is that a lot of the time the booty call wants to be more than what she actually is, man. She wants you to care. She wants you to give her explanations why you're not fucking with each other no more. She wants to be fed. She wants all these privileges of a girlfriend, but she's just a booty call, man. Y'all gotta get over that shit. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, baby.